What you're looking at is the box where the controls are to make the radio more narrow. You throw the switch here. I don't know if you can hear it. You can make the bandwidth more narrow on the radio, like if you're copying CW. Now, on the radio, when you first get it, you might notice when you move this knob, the radio works when you turn it all the way to the left, but it's iffy. Well, you have to go inside this box and clean a wafer switch. And I showed you in the last video how to do wafer switches with an eraser. Now, it's possible you might have to take the knob off this shaft and undo the nut on the outside of here and pull that wafer switch back. Now, this can comes off only after you do this screw here. My nails are long, I know. And then on the bottom of this can is a stud that goes through. Let's make sure it's in the frame. There's a stud that goes through the frame or through the chassis, and there's two other screws underneath you don't need to do. You just need to do this one, and in there is a wafer switch. Now let me see if I can get the wafer switch in the frame. Okay, here's the wafer switch. And you're going to have to clean that. And you might want to undo this nut here, push it back, clean both sides of the wafer switch. And don't bend the stationary contacts. All right, I'm going to stop it and flip it and show you another one. When working on these crystals, the crystal oscillator that's fixed, and when you switch bands, you got to clean this wafer switch. And it's near impossible to get in there. You can get one side, but you can't get the other side. It's double-sided. There's a shield that comes out. I just showed you a shield up at the top. Basic same way. It's got two bolts up here, and then two bolts hiding back in here. And you can do it with a little miniature open-end wrench. Nose pliers help out. Now, these were mine were loose, very loose. So someone's been in this radio before. But here it comes. Oh, and it's got one of these studs that goes up through the chassis. Now here's the stud. That goes up through the chassis. So now you see the wafer switch. Let me get the light on it. This wafer switch now. You can get to it, because you have to clean both sides of this. See, what happens is this wafer switch over here, which this shield you can move over. I don't think you can get it off. You can just move it because there's a shaft that runs through it. But in other words, you turn the band switch and it selects a certain crystal. I have two crystals out here because I was cleaning this one and it allowed me to get in there better. But it selects a crystal, and then at the same time, this wafer switch selects capacitors and resistors that go to the plate of the tube that is the oscillator. So as you change frequencies, it changes the voltage on the tube. It also changes the calibration. Even though it's a crystal, there's still a capacitor on that circuit that allows you to fine-tune the oscillator, even though it's crystal, because you zero beat a crystal with maybe WWV, or you got a piece of really good equipment. But both these wafer switches have to be very clean before you troubleshoot the oscillator. See, it's shutting off on me on certain bands. So I'm killing two birds with one stone by taking the shield off. I can get in there better to clean the wafer switch, but I can also probe the tube better. See, with these shields in here, working from the bottom of this radio, it's really hard. Okay, and I say okay a lot. Up here, this is the audio section up here. This is wide open. It's the RF section down here that is going to give you trouble, especially if you've never been in a radio before. Good luck, absolutely good luck. You can ask all the people you want in those groups, and they shoot from the hip with their ideas. and I go read everything. I read as much as I can. And I've never seen someone take one of these shields off. Okay? Okay? See, that's the difference between me. When I see something, I'm like, nobody says anything about this. Well, it's going to become a video. Everybody else is doing the, oh, I bought this radio home. Ooh, I look at these videos and I'm like, this didn't help me at all. And it's got 15,000 views because apparently everybody likes to see this. I had one guy, could you please stop doing BC348 videos? I'm getting tired of them. Go somewhere else, asshole. Go somewhere else. I'm showing you what I'm working on. That's the best I'm going to do. I'm not going to work on what you want me to work on because that's the hobby you should be working on, not me. I think that's it. All right, that's it. That's enough anger for today.